Yep, that's right. NVIDIA made me sign an NDA. But before we get into that, let's check out a word from today's sponsor, 0 and 9. It's about that time again, folks. Back to school season is upon us. And if you're a student on a budget, then 0 and 9 has got you covered. Right now, you can get Microsoft Office 2016 for under $25, including Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and more. Microsoft Office has everything you need to keep your perfect GPA. And with a special coupon code for our fans, you can save 10% off your order. So if you need Office and want to keep your grades in check, just use the code TTMM at checkout and start saving today. Looking for an Office key on the cheap? We'll have a link down below with even further discounts. Now, like I said, I had to sign an NDA agreement with NVIDIA. But the thing is that I'm tripping out on how it's kind of being perceived around the internet. And before I jump into that, my last few videos, it seems like people are like tripping out and saying, oh, you've been paid for NVIDIA. You can't say anything nice about NVIDIA. I want to clarify some really valid points here. In any of my videos that I've made thus far, if you watch them, have I once recommended to you to buy the new RTX cards? Even once. Did I ever say, hey, you should buy these cards? I recommend from Tech Tomorrow to go buy these cards. I've never once said that. Honestly, not even once have I said that. Also, I said that NVIDIA can't fail with their RTX. And people's like, oh my God, they're mad, they're upset. The bottom line is the numbers pretty much show that NVIDIA is leading everything. They sold out of all their pre-sale cards. They've made lots of money, and this is probably going to translate into them dropping prices on the previous generation cards, which is great for gamers. It actually is a really good time. You guys should be going, okay, cool. Now all those 1080 Ti cards and stuff that I wanted to buy in the past, I can now probably be able to afford one and stick one in my system. You don't have to go to RTX whatsoever. It's there if you want a lot of eye candy in certain games. So if you want all the eye candy turned on, you don't want to lose any frame rates, then sure, RTX may be for you. But 1080 Ti has been doing me good. That's what I've been using for gaming. It works absolutely great. There's no reason I see that you have to upgrade whatsoever. So I've never said to jump on the new bandwagon. When I said that there's no reason that they can fail, it's because of the numbers game. That's what I'm talking about, and this is reality. Nothing I said in that video makes me a paid person from NVIDIA. I haven't been paid any money from NVIDIA ever to say anything about their cards. So with that stuff said and clarified, let's talk about the NDA agreement. So we see that Kyle Bennett from Hard OCP is like spreading all this stuff around the internet saying, NVIDIA is this evil company trying to make me sign this NDA. They only want us to use their certain drivers. They're controlling who the board partners give the video cards to on launch date. Okay, of course that's how it is. That's what an NDA agreement is. It's a non-disclosure agreement. And when you sign that agreement, you're agreeing that until launch day, just until launch day, you will not release any type of scores or information that's under NDA until the time point that they say it's okay to release this information. There is nothing in there whatsoever controlling a reviewer. I've been working with the people at NVIDIA for a long time. Even some of the people there used to work at 3D Effects, and I was working with them. I've been in the game since the very beginning. I have long-lasting relationships with both sides. Now, just a real quick thing, the AMD thing, I accidentally broke an NDA. I thought the NDA was supposed to be 12 midnight. The NDA was at 6:30 in the morning. I posted my video. I was really sick. I went to sleep. The next morning, it's been havoc. Things have been rocky ever since. That's completely my fault. I take the blame. I've apologized to them. We've worked things out somewhat, you know what I mean? I'm not complaining and whining that they're not giving me any samples. I buy my samples and just move on with the day. Now, when all this GPP stuff came out last year, Kyle kind of had some stuff going on between him and NVIDIA about the GPP stuff. He fought with them back and forth and probably got himself into a hornet's nest of stuff over there with them. So right now, they probably don't have him on their sampling list because the things that were going on, I guess, just weren't really probably going on too well. And so instead of fighting, they will cut people off for a year or so and let them deal with it. I've been where I didn't get sampled from NVIDIA as well. There were 2 years of time where I didn't get sampled. It was when I first got my feet amputated. When I first got my foot amputated, the very first one, I was going in the hospital and I released my video, but it was like 20 minutes early. Only 20 minutes, mind you, but I broke the NDA, so therefore I didn't get sampled. Those couple of years, I had to work with the board partners after launch and just eat the crap for fucking the things that I did at that point, to make those things happen. An NDA agreement has never, from NVIDIA, ever controlled me in any way. Through all this time I've ever worked with them, whether I've said something bad, whether I've said something good, I've never been contacted by them ever at any point and had them tell me, hey Elric, we don't like what you're saying, we need you to change something, retest something, redo something. They accept my reviews as valid because I've been doing this a long time. Those who follow me know I don't make up stuff. I don't create bullshit. I bring you guys strictly the numbers exactly how they are. Some people disagree with some of our testing methods. They have other ways of doing things. That's just life. There's a billion recipes for making cake, sausage, everything else. So there's a lot of different ways to do things. We do things our way. But the NDA agreement doesn't hinder me in any way whatsoever. And obviously, with the AIB partners and everything, they're going to be controlling who they give the original samples out to, because they're not going to want those samples to go out to people who are not, like right now, in league with an NDA from NVIDIA. So obviously, if you haven't signed and agreed to an NDA, you're not going to be on the sampling list, whether that's from a board partner or NVIDIA. But this is only, once again, like I said, at launch time. After launch time, the initial launch and the reviews come out, any site out there who's got a relationship with one of these companies will be able to call them and say, hey, I'd really like to have your card, please let me test it. And those companies that have the good relationships will say, sure, no problem, sir, here's that card, and go ahead and review it. It's happened to me, it's happened to lots of sites out there. If you don't want to sign an NDA and you don't want to have a relationship with a company, don't expect to get sampled. It's not just like any of us, me, you, anybody else out there has any right to demand a sample. Every sample that we are given is honestly a gift. A straight out gift that you should be appreciating. These companies pay money for these products. They send them out to us to try to give them good light on their product. I try not to beat stuff up too much. Some people don't like that style. They think I should basically beat up everything from, the plastic's not the right shade to it doesn't smell right, I don't really do that too much. Unless there's something about a product that really is bad and needs to be worth mentioning, I'm usually not going to focus on that. I'm going to try to focus on the more positive thing. That's just my personality and how I prefer to review stuff. That's just how I am. NDA, I signed it, didn't bother me whatsoever. There was nothing in it tying my hands other than the fact that if I ever get one of their cards, I haven't been sampled yet. Who knows if I will? I hope I do. I don't know for sure, but I did sign the NDA, so I hope I get sampled. But if I don't, hey, that's just the way the cookie crumbles. I'll be bummed, but I'll have to move on with it. I'm not going to make a hate video. The only reason I ever made the video about the AMD thing wasn't about the company AMD, which a lot of people mistook. It was about a relationship with a certain person there who was trying to control me and tell me what I'm doing, and that person's no longer there. So I've tried to work things out and work with them. I haven't signed any NDA with them. I haven't got any products really either, so I just keep buying my products off the shelf, which I'll continue to do if that's what I have to do. But an NDA in no way, even from AMD or NVIDIA or any company out there that you're going to sign that I've ever seen, really ties your hands and says it. There may be some companies out there who have an NDA that says, hey, we need to see your review first. We need to approve your review first. We need to make sure that you're saying what we want you to say, and you're on our buddy team. You know what I'm saying? You're my pal, buddy. You know what I mean? I haven't seen any company actually do that ever. I had it happen once with AMD, but with a certain person. I've never had it happen with NVIDIA. So all this stuff out there about, and NVIDIA is the big bad wolf because they're making me sign an NDA. It's a lot of hype. A lot of guys are getting a lot of hits on this kind of stuff. I mean, because I know how it is. It's like the old song says, everybody loves dirty laundry, man. Kick them when they're up, kick them when they're down. That's just how people like the stuff to be. So, I've made a couple of videos that are, somewhat in that type of realm sometimes, so I'm not saying I'm completely immune to it. Sometimes those videos, actually, get good hits and they're kind of fun to make. But overall, sometimes those videos aren't always completely, utterly accurate, you know, and what things are being said. A lot of it's just speculation, speculating on things and saying, hey, wow, this could be, wow, this could be, oh, that might be, and all that good stuff. So at the end of the day, if you're thinking, oh my God, NVIDIA is super bad because they're making people sign an NDA, it's not anything but business as usual. That's all that it is. There's nothing new about this. It's been in the business since the very beginning. Before there was a computer industry, they had NDA for stuff before that. So this cycle of signing NDAs is nothing new. It's nothing evil. Why Kyle is going on this, you know, tirade about that, I really don't understand. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on that's really crazy, like Tom's Hardware, you know, with their little thing about just buy it, and the really weird stuff about them talking about their employees and their stuff. I don't know. It just seems like there's a lot of crazy stuff that's going on. Like I said in my other video about it being a bad time to be a gamer, or a sad time rather to be a gamer, because there's just crazy stuff going on. There is crazy stuff going on all over the place, but an NDA, it's not one of those strange things. Business as usual, nothing different about it. If you want to get products from a company, you're going to have a relationship. You're going to have to sign an NDA. If you want to play in any game out there are rules to every game. That's how life is. I'm Eric. You guys have been watching Tech of Tomorrow. If you want to get yourself a nice, cheap Office code, cheap Windows code, game code, check out the link down below to 0 and 9. You might find something you like. We'll see you guys back here on the channel. Peace.